Hey guys, it's Phantom and welcome back to MMORPG Tycoon 2, episode 8, very nice. So last episode we continued working on our desert and we had a little area to fill in, which we did obviously, but first we won an award. Again, the best visuals, awesome, that's a good award, and our ad campaign ended, which is not very good, but it did end, giving us 813 subscribers, so what we're going to do is obviously getting those up immediately. So let's see. We want a magazine advertisement because that's the cheapest. We could go for a little bit more because we left the game running a little bit to get some more money. So let's take the web advertisement. Pay 7k for that. There we go. That's 7 days left. But yeah, last episode we worked on this area, set up a nice monster area here and here as well. And there was a little area to fill out, but we did do just that. And there we go, this is the finished product. So what I did was I tried to create a battlefield. I worked with several NPCs. And as you can see, the humans / players are trying to fight off this region and trying to invade them actually. As you can see, there's a lot of soldiers locked up here with some tents. I figured that would be good. Some boxes for the ammunition for the catapults or trebuchets, I should say. These are catapults. And then some ballistas on either side. And then I placed some graves here of the fallen soldiers, as well as the commander's tent with some basic food supplies. And then the officers are here. And then in here is the tent where the big meeting is going on to discuss the battle plans. And as you can see, there is an NPC here, which is functioning as the general. So what I did for my NPCs is I placed an NPC over here, which leads to him. There's another NPCs scattered around, which all lead to him, and he is giving them a mission to go to this NPC, so they can go to the shop to get some more potions and stuff like that. I figured that would be good. And then in here I placed a few bosses, and they have to kill one of those. So the story behind this is that these monsters, the Column Inferiatus, which is actually a new NPC that we designed. There we go. This is the one. So looks pretty good. Column Inferiatus because he has no leg, neck, not a leg, but neck. One-armed dude. Figured that would be pretty good. But they invaded this, raided the town, and then put their own war shrine on it. With a big skull obviously on top to show that they are very scary. And obviously the player factions did not take to this lightly, so they set up some barricades in order to defend and then obviously attack. Walled off the back section to the wall, to the mountain. Figured that would do good for some prop placement, and it probably requires a little bit more work, but it's just prop placement, nothing more. Now, I do have a bit of bad news. Last episode we unlocked the PvP arenas, but unfortunately those are not yet implemented in the game. And currently it's unclear whether the PvP arenas are going to be a zone which we can set up, for example, like an NPC zone, like we did here and here. Or if it's just going to be modular buildings that we can just place and that is then going to function. Hopefully it's going to be a zone, because if it's a zone then we can design our own PvP area, which is going to be a lot of fun. But that does kind of push us into the direction that we want friends lists. But for now, what we are going to do is we are going to start on our big city. That's going to be come over here. It's going to be either, in terms of unlocks, either friends list or flight pass, because flight pass would be very good to get, and that mainly has to do with these reports. I couldn't find an inn to set with free space to set as my home, and that seems to be a problem which is basically everywhere, unfortunately. So yeah, that's something we definitely need to resolve, obviously. Because as you can see, the heat map shows us that a lot of people need an inn, and there is no inn, unfortunately. I placed multiples here, but yeah, unfortunately those are probably all taken. So that's kind of a shame. With that being said, let's unlock the area. Obviously, we did mention in one of the previous episodes that we should set this up as like our starter areas as well, and then make it so that they can traverse to the town as well. So we have multiple input points, but yeah, unfortunately that's not for now. So let's go to grid. Let's go to activate region. Let's activate you. And level 1, well actually let's make it level 20. It doesn't really matter. Actually that seems a little bit weird. Let's just put it at level 4. There we go. And then obviously we need our networks set up, so let's place an uplink right about there. And then we want a fiber cable. I want the fiber cable to lock up to there. That should then share the network. Maybe we should also get a fiber connection like so. And then obviously we want to make sure that the entire area is lit up with energy. So let's do that. There we go. So I think every section now has energy, because this doesn't seem buildable. Yeah. See, there's no difference there, so we'll leave that. Right, so now we have this entire area set up. First thing we're going to do is, in terms of scenery, we are going to delete this and delete this. Make sure that everything is gone, so we have a nice, clean, open room to work with. And I'm thinking that it would be nice to get multiple mountain passes in order to make sure that the players can just walk to the city via every direction. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, maybe 5 if we can get this going. That would be great. And obviously we then also want an outward connection in terms of transportation, which we could then, like a boat could come over to over here, over here, over here. Even though there really isn't a ferry point here, but we could just maybe set up a basic ferry. That would be okay. So we'll just leave the game running, and we're going to do it at a high pace to keep as much money going in as we can. And let's start working on our paths. So let's see. I think this will be pretty good. Yeah, that's gonna be good. There we go. That's our center of the town. Then we want the main road to basically go outwards, like so. We want the main road to go outwards like so. There we go. And then we want the main road to go outward like that. And the main road to go outward like that. There we go. That's just purely for outside connections. And we are going to set those up pretty quickly. But we don't really need to do that right now. And in terms of infrastructure, then I'm going to do an outer circle like so, which is just a little bit bigger, but the reasoning behind that is I can then place some shops in the center and other stuff that is useful. I want to get a lot of taverns in. I think that's going to be vital that we get that set up. There we go. That seems pretty good. And then we can just branch off. So let's just do a road like that. A road like that. And then we want a road like such. A road like such. Now obviously there isn't a lot of space here. We aren't going to be able to use much of this region, but we're going to try it anyways. And then what we could do is like maybe do that so. Do that so. Like that. And then we want to branch you off maybe like that and like that. And then do it like that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We could maybe get in a little bit and then work you out with a road leading up to there. And then for you, let's see, we need to get a road in like here, right? So let's place that road here. Let's just connect these up, because why not? And get that road in like such. And get you out like that, like that, like that. I think that's going to be pretty good. That's a very, very big city. Probably this final road we should remove, since the outwards, of course, need to be respected. So this will probably be a little bit too long as well, but that's going to be just fine. What I am then going to do is mark those. So I'm just going to grab some scenery, for example, these ones. And just place those at the edges, so I know that those are the outside of the town. There we go. The town probably itself is currently a little bit too big. What we will do is probably adjust it accordingly as we build it on the go. Reasoning behind that is I kind of want a bigger raster initially, and then it's better to downsize afterwards. So we, for example, can get a port here, get our food in here, stuff like that. I think that's going to be pretty good. So let's place some of that stuff down already, so we know it's there. And let's just upscale it a little bit. There we go, so we know that goes there. And then do we have a boat? That's a coffin. We don't want a coffin. We're not dead yet. Yeah, let's just take this rowboat, upscale that, and then place that there. There we go. Right, so city center. Let's start with that, because obviously that's something which is pretty important. And obviously this is the only fountain that we really are able to choose, and as you can see, it's already too large. And let's see if we can align it to the surface, because it seems that we are unable to smooth it out. See, we can change the biome, but we can't change the size, so that's a shame. So where was it? Here and max, and there we go. Let's place that, and let's take a look at it from a distance. Yeah, and as you can see, the whole thing is tilting down, which is a shame. But I think this is just the best region for it, since there is a port connection to the outside. Then in terms of our buildings, obviously we want to get a lot of inns, and we are going to choose small inn, elegant inn, civilized. I think we're going for elegant and civilized. I think that's pretty good. So let's start placing those, and we obviously want to get a big section just for the inn, and I think the northwest is going to be good. I'm naturally drawn by the northwest, so let's start working on that and get as many in as we can. That's not a door, this is the door, right? So we want to place it like that, and then maybe like that. There we go. And then we want the civilized inn, which is a lot larger, which is very nice. Let's take a look. Is that the entrance? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's rotate that a little bit. There we go. We want 2 of them on each side. There we go. We want those here as well. There we go. And let's rotate it like such and see if we can fit it. We might want to rotate the camera. I think that's going to be a little bit better. Like that. And can we fit it in here? It would be great if we could, but I think that's not going to fit, unfortunately. Let's try to get some elegance in then, since the entrance is on the front side. So let's do elegant. And let's see. Should be able to work this out. And boom. There we go. Nice. Alright, so those are a couple of inns set up already. I think that's a lot of stuff for the players. Obviously, that's very good. What we'll do is we'll place NPCs in the center to make sure that they know that they can go there. Well, let's place a few more, and let's just do it a little bit quicker. So like that, and maybe like that. Like that, and then what we can do is get a path in here like such, and maybe build something there. And then we want the elegant inn to fit into here, and the entrance is over there. Let's place the entrance on this side of the road. It makes the most sense actually. There we go. And here we could maybe place them like that. That side of the road, it's gonna be tricky to get that in. We could try this one, but that's probably never going to fit. Nope, that's just too large for the road, so we'll do it like that then. That could work. Can we get 2? Oh, we can actually get 2, so let's do 2 then. Great, look at that. Oh, that is amazing. That looks good. I like that already. I'm happy. Okay, so we have this section now set up. We obviously want a tavern since they also want to socialize. So this is the homes section. I think we would make this the... do we want this to socialize? Yeah, I think that's good. So let's see. We have the elegant one and the civilized one. Warlike is also pretty good, but I kind of need to see it a little bit closer. Tricky. Not the kind of building style that I'm going for. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's small. They're small though, so we can get a lot of them in. The coastal is nice. We could also do that a little bit. And this could actually work pretty well. Yeah, let's work with that one as well. Okay, cool. So let's see. So we have that place like that. So we kind of want to go like this. Let's start like here. And maybe get another path in like such. And get another elegant in like such. Then we want you. Where is your entrance? It's on that side. Okay, so let's do it like... I wish it could get a little bit closer, but unfortunately that's not 100% possible. There we go. Nice. And then we could get a road in here as well, like such. There we go. That's pretty good. And buildings and taverns. We could get the warlike in. Just a single one. I think that's going to be okay. There we go. And then place some more elegance in. Come on, there we go. Let's rotate a little bit, because this one needs to be moved. It needs to get a lot closer. And there we go, and that's not going to fit, unfortunately. I just want a simple one, but let's rotate it, put this in place first. And I also noticed something on the top. We can upgrade, so let's go for Gibbs, obviously. So now we have 10 all around, and we're pretty freaking balanced. Great. I want you, and I want you. Yeah, it's gonna be... that kind of sucks. We can't get that in perfectly. So what we might want to... Because that's always going to intersect. No, it's not. It's not gonna look clean. Let's take a look at that. It's a little bit tilted. but this is a snap point. So what we could maybe do is remove the road and try to work our way from the outside. Ah, no, there's a snap point there. There's really nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. But we'll place it anyways. Okay. Now this section has been reasonably set up. Obviously, we need to expand it even more. Let's get this side of the road filled up as well with some more taverns. And we'll place a few coastals, because why not? And we want to start that coastal over here. Get it out like that. There we go. And then just a few. Again, I press that button. We just want the simple one, please. Where's the entrance? Did I just miss it? Oh no, there we go. 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 And there we go. And the game is paused for some reason. That's weird. Right. Nice. Okay, that's reasonable. I like that. Let's leave that for now. We can probably set it up a little bit later, even more. Now, in terms of shops, very important, obviously, that we get a lot of shops. So let's think about our just general stalls. A very small stall, but it could work actually. Yep, that's fine. So let's place that like that then. Maybe do it like that so we keep a gap open. And I took a look at the other ones, but I really don't like those that much. I would rather just go for this one. And like that. So that's the initial section. Then obviously we have the potion shop, which is a lot larger. Maybe we could get it in like that. Get it in like that. Leave some spacing. Not too much, just a little bit. There we go. Pretty good. With a hidden path, can we get that in? Probably not. No, that's never going to work because it's going to snap, unfortunately. I don't really, that's a feature I very much dislike, that I cannot just select this piece of road, like for example in City Skylines. Okay, now that is set up, and then obviously we want some modulars. Now that's going to be a little bit hard to decide which ones we want. So I'm just going to place a few and see what they look like. Okay, so this one seems very nice. I like that. This one could also work. So it's this and this then. This one maybe, but it'll have to get placed in bigger sections. So let's start filling this area up with that. So let's see, which one do we want to pick? Let's go for these ones are nice, but these ones I like better. So I think that's this one. Yep, it is. Alright, so let's place down a couple. And then let's adjust them. And since it's the center of town, we obviously want the bigger buildings to be there and the smaller buildings on the outside. So let's see if we can raise it like that. And we kind of want an entrance here, so like that. Now ideally you would want to be able to copy this one, but it doesn't seem that that is a possibility, which is a shame because I would love to copy the buildings, and now we have to build them manually. So like that then. One in center, door in the front. Let's see, let's demolish you. Let's demolish you. Add on. Add in the middle. Door in. And I think we actually have to remove you. So let's place. So let's just place you like that, and then work on you like such. There we go. And obviously we could make them even bigger. I'm definitely going to experiment with that off camera. But I think that looks pretty decent in terms of fill for our city, in terms of houses and stuff like that. We definitely might want to fill it up as much as we can. But like I said, I'm just going to do that in the next episode. For now, I kind of want to work on a little bit more infrastructure. These are nice, but they just take a lot of time. Let's go for the elegant one. Let's see. Ooh, that looks great. And civilized, also very nice. Yeah, it's just elegant or civilized, and I think we are going for the elegant one. So obviously we need a graveyard section. I think on the outside of town that would be best if we place a couple of respawn points here. Obviously that is a long way away from the inns and respawn point. Not respawn points. I keep saying respawn points, but it's not. It's the inns and the taverns. So let's place a couple of down like this. I think 2 on either side is fine. We don't want to overdo it. And then maybe we can add like a gate here or a wall, which will then... that's too large. Oh my god. That's also very large. There's more for the outside. This seems better. I don't like that curvature, but we'll take it. I would rather have it straight as it is. Let's rebuild that for a sec. This one, right? Yes. Let's go like that. Like that. Like that. That's much more straight. Get those lined up a little bit. There we go. That's much better. Right, so that's going to be our death zone. We then have respawn points. We could get a few landmarks in, obviously. That would be very great. Like build a big church with a clock tower. So maybe we could get that in... Let's see. This is completely empty, so we could get that in here. Let's place the clock tower maybe in the center so people can gather. So let's do it like... let's rotate a little bit. Is there an entrance somewhere? Or is it just the stairs? The stairs are probably the entrance. So we want to place it like that then. Shame it has to be so far away from the road. I don't like that. There we go. And the lighthouse obviously can go there. The watchtower on the outside maybe. Nah, it's weird. The elegant spire, definitely. Definitely. So let's get for... Oh, I removed my fountain. I did not mean to do that. Let's just stay with 2 spires then. Let's try to move it a little bit closer if we can. Which we can. And then let's try to move you a little bit closer. Which we can. And then scenery, it was under buildings, I think. Yes. And then max size. It's... I don't like the terrain snap, but it's okay, it's okay. We got this. Right, so I think that's pretty good for the initial build-up of the town. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more work in this, and I'll definitely will continue working on that in the next episode, because we had a lot of preparation to do, and obviously we had to take a look at the previous area that we did. Next episode is probably going to be partially sped up so that we can actually get some progress done in one episode, because I feel like we haven't done that much. I'm sorry about that, but things like these, guys, they take time. Anyways, hopefully you did enjoy this episode. If you did, then it would be greatly appreciated if you would like to hit the like button. And until then, have a great day. Hopefully I can see you around in the next episode. Bye bye.